Okay, so we're going to get started. I don't want to hold up everyone. So welcome. This webinar is being recorded. So I wanted to welcome you. So I'm going to get started. This webinar is about generating four figures within your boutique with less than $600 or less in a year. And today's topics, we are going to go over targeting your audience. We are going to go over business incorporation. We are going to go over finding vendors, cost-effective packaging, website hosting, pricing your product, marketing strategy, systems and automation, and launching. And so a little bit about me. My name is Porscha Winley. I am a breast cancer survivor. In 2019, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it literally changed my whole life. I went through multiple surgeries. I had over 5 surgeries. And with those 5 surgeries, I caught an infection after having my implants placed. Um, Shortly after that, I was left with only one implant. And so I had to figure out a way to just go about life looking normal. And one of the hardest things about that was trying to find bras that were that would help me create an illusion that I had an extra breast. And so going through that process, I realized I needed something supportive, but I also needed something that had pockets. And this made me really think about, maybe I should start an activewear line. One, because I was exercising, trying to just get healthier. And then two, I knew that a lot of activewear pieces had those inserts. And so I launched my own activewear line. I launched it in November of 2019. And when I first started, I literally started with less than $600. My sister in the picture, she has the pinkish purple bra on. She was my first model. She did the pictures. We did pictures together, and then once I kind of got comfortable with it, I started to model my own pieces. And so that's my sister in the middle. That's me on the end. And then as of December 31st, 2020, I have grossed over $5,000 in my business. Mind you, I do work a full-time job. I also have multiple health issues, or I go to multiple doctors and things like that. And so I have a lot on my plate. I have children. So this was just really running it, not even on a part-time basis. I was really just running it when I could. When I had my surgeries, I was down a little bit. There were times when I really just had to take a break. And so this was really on a part-time basis within a year. And so I'm going to show you how you too can take less than $600 and you can grow a four-figure business. Now, the number one thing that you have to remember is that targeting matters. And when I say targeting, you want to know who you are serving, right? Who is the person that you are trying to serve? So for me, I wanted to serve women that were breast cancer survivors, but I also wanted to serve women that were in the fitness field, not the fitness field, but who love to exercise, women who loved activewear pieces. And then what is the problem that you're solving? What is the problem that they have? How can your product solve it? So what was the product, the problem? The problem that I had was I needed some supportive pieces. And I really couldn't find those supportive pieces with the inserts that were affordable. There were a lot of pieces out there, but they weren't affordable because at the time, like I said, I was going through a lot of health challenges and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. And so I had to figure out, well, how could I provide this service and how can I find a product that would solve it? The next thing you want to know is how do you reach them? So where are you going to reach your target? Where are they at? Are you going to do pop-up shops? Are you going to do online marketing? Are you going to do Facebook, Instagram? What are you going to do and how are you going to reach them? The next thing you want to know is who are your competitors? This is very important because when you understand your competitors and who they are, you can target very specifically. So for me, my competitors literally would be like Fabletics. It would be the Targets, the Old Navies. It would be Walmart, those type of places because they too sell pieces and they're affordable. So those was mine. So you have to understand who are your competitors. And then you have to understand what is your advantage over your competitors. So you figure out what the edge is that you have over your competitors. Sorry, and my thing is going off. What is the advantage that you have over your competitors? So my advantage is that I am able to do fast delivery. Most of the time I am able to ship out when the order comes in. I also have high quality pieces at an affordable price. So my pieces are very high quality. Most activewear pieces that are in the quality that I am, they usually are charging like 60, $70. And so I know that I have an advantage because I charge affordable prices. And then you want to understand what is the niche that only you can fill. So, what is the niche that you want to do? What is it that you are trying to do? Is it, women's clothing? Is it men's clothing? Is it fitness wear? Is it children's clothing? What is the niche that only you can fill? And why will your customers come to you instead of anyone else? And this usually is surrounded by your brand story, or if you don't have a story, your experience. So what is the experience that you can provide for someone if you don't have a story tied to your store? The next thing you want to understand is that when it comes to incorporating your business, research is key. You want to research the type of business that works for you. So a lot of times people will be like, okay, well, I need to do an LLC, right? That was kind of how I learned. It was like, okay, LLC. I did read about the different ones, but for me, it was like, okay, well, other people are doing an LLC, so let me go ahead and do the LLC. But now after I had really did some good research, I understood the LLC does work for me, but I want other people to understand there are other things out there. So you have your LLCs, you have your S corps, you have your sole proprietor, and you have your partnerships. And what you want to do is you want to research all of those types of businesses and see which ones are best for you, because each of them come with different things, especially when it comes to tax purposes. So make sure you are researching that before you start your business. The next thing that you want to do is you want to pick a name, and you want to check the name before you even get the online handles. You want to either go to your county clerk's office, or you want to go to a website, a government website, and it's going to show you whether or not your name is someone else has that name or if it's trademarked. And so the name that you would, I mean, the website that you would go to is called uspto.gov, and you can do a name search, and it will tell you if your business name is available in your state, and it'll also show you if it's available in general. And so you want to make sure that you're picking the right name. Once the name that you have picked is available, you want to check and see if the domain name is available, because a lot of times what people have learned and what people do nowadays is they understand the importance of having a domain name. And so people will buy domain names and then they will sell them to whoever it is. So one example is when Clubhouse first started, a lot of people started hopping on the domains with Clubhouse. So it would be clubhousegroups.com or clubhouse whatever.com, and people were getting them because they understood the value of Clubhouse. And so you want to make sure that you research, or you make sure that your domain name is available, so that you will be able to have that tied in with your store. Not only that, but you want to make sure that you can secure the social media handles. So for me, my business is Kaya LLC. None of the handles were taken. The website, I decided to do Shop Kaya because it was a store. And so usually when you see shop anything, you know that you're going to purchase from that store. And so you want to make sure that the handles are available, so that it's just all together, it flows together, and people can easily find you when they need you. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to your state government website, and it's usually whatever your state is .gov, and you want to search business license, and usually it's a tab that'll say business license or it'll say business. You'll click on that, and that is how you are going to start to apply for your business license. Now when you are applying, a lot of times people are, they don't understand a jargon, or they don't understand some of the questions that's asked. They will ask you like, what category do you want your business in? They will ask you all sorts of questions. If you have any questions or you're not sure, be sure to call. They give you a number. You can call and you can ask, and there are people that will walk you through it. So you do not have to figure it out on your own. You can actually get help to help you with your business license. Now, once you apply for your business license, you want to apply for your EIN, especially if you're opening a store and your EIN is free. So you do not need anybody to pay. You don't have to pay anybody to do any of this. I've heard that there are people charging to set up your business and to help you with your EIN. You can do it at home. I started my business from my computer. I didn't go down to the state or anything like that. I did everything on the computer. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. You will apply right after you apply for your business. They will send you to the next step. And the next step, they will say, do you want to apply for an EIN? You apply for the EIN. That is going to be your business social security, so to speak. You apply for that. And then once you apply for these things, I highly recommend that you save it. Either take a screenshot of it or you send it to your email and then you save it to your phone. Whether you do it through your notes app and you save it as a PDF, but you want to save it to your phone because you want to be able to have these articles, especially now that everything is going on with the EIDL loans and the PPP loans. You want this information readily available, or even when you take it a next step and you go to apply for your resellers or your sales tax license. Now you have the information on your phone. You don't have to look through all the paperwork and rummage through all these papers. You have it right with you. So the next step that you want to do is you want to apply for your resellers or your sales tax license. You will, like I said, they will ask you what kind of category it is that you're in. What will you be purchasing? So, if you're opening a boutique, it's clothing, right? And so you will apply for your reseller's license. Each state is different. Some states, there will be a fee. So there was a fee for Connecticut. Connecticut, I had to pay, I believe it was like $100 to $120. Other states, there is not a fee. So make sure you do your research and find out what the fee is. The next step after you do all this, so you should have your business license, you should have the paperwork for that, you should have your EIN, and you should have your sales tax license. You want to take these articles and the leftover funds that you have, and you want to open up a business account at a local bank. Some people do, like, if you have federal navy account, you can do that. I say a local bank because if you do it at your local bank and you live in a low income area, it is beneficial for you, especially when it comes to applying for grants or it comes to applying for loans. So you want to go to like your local bank. What I did was I went to my local key bank, and because it was local and it wasn't as many people, when it came time for me to apply for my PPP loan, I was able to get it because the banks are the ones who are giving out the loans. So if you go to a local bank and there's not that many businesses that are open at that bank, then you have a higher chance of getting these things. And so I highly recommend, especially if you're starting now, to do all these things, because with COVID, I don't see that this is kind of going to be like the end all be all. I really see that the government is going to continue to help businesses. And so this is the second round. The first round was last year. This second round is supposed to be coming out again. So you want to make sure that you are all set. You have a business bank account, because the government is not going to give you any money to your personal account. So you want to make sure that you have a business account set up. And then this also helps when you go to apply and start to establish business credit. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to apply for your Duns and Bradstreet number. And in order to do that, you can go to dnb.com. You can apply, it's free. Once you do that, now you can start working on your business credit. And I'll talk about that a little bit at the end, how you can start to establish your business credit. The next step is, once you have all these things done, you want to make sure that you are finding the right vendor. And so the way to find the right vendor is through market research. You want to conduct a proper market research to be able to be competitive and to satisfy your customers' wants and needs. You have to know and understand who your customer is and what they want to be able to help them better. Now, in order to research your competitors, you have to understand, like I said, okay, where are your customers? What do they like to wear? I knew that my customers like active wear. So more times than not, they are going to go to either Nike or they're going to go to Fabletics, something like that, right? And so I started researching Fabletics. I started researching. Can you hear? Oh, I'm sorry, I just seen this. Can you hear me, Kendall? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear
Oh
me.
no, I hear you. My fault.
Okay. So you want to understand your customer. So wherever you believe your customer is, that is who you are going to research. So if your customer loves Fashion Nova, then you're going to research Fashion Nova. If your customer likes Nike, then you're going to research Nike. You can also research other companies that are like lower tiers than them, because a lot of times people will also do a lot of boutiques. And so if you find a boutique that has like 30,000 followers, 20,000 followers, you can research them and you can go to their social media accounts. You can read the comments that are left by the followers, and you can also observe the colors and styles that they are providing. And this will help you kind of get an idea of what type of vendor you want to use. And so once it comes down to pick the vendor, you want to pick the vendor that has the majority of the qualifications that you are looking for and is within your budget. So remember, we're starting with only really $600 or less. You could be starting with more, but for the purpose of this webinar, is $600 or less. So you want to make sure that you are picking a vendor that is within your budget. And then once you have that vendor and you find that vendor, you want to start to establish a relationship with them. So either you want to call or you want to email. I say call because when you call, a lot of people don't call. They'll send tons and tons of emails. But I realize that when I call, someone answers and they get to you faster than if there's a whole bunch of people that are emailing them. So you want to call them and then you want to ask them what are their best sellers. You want to make sure you ask them for their best sellers, but you also want to ask them for their catalogs. A lot of times, depending on if you're going to websites, depending on how you're finding these vendors, a lot of them do not put their newest items on the website. And so in order to be able to see what their newest pieces are, ask for the catalog. And then one of the things that I did was I purchased one pack per product. And so I started off with about 4 pieces and I had 24 pieces in total. The packs usually come in small, medium, and large. If you're doing small, medium, large, if you're doing plus sizes, then it's extra large, 2XL, 3XL. Most of them, if you need 4XL, it's a little bit more and you have to like ask for that customization. But they usually give you 2 pieces of each. And so I started off with 24 pieces and then I priced accordingly. And then we're going to talk about that next. So when it comes to once you buy the pieces that you want to think, okay, I only have a certain amount of money. How can I package my product to be able to save money? The first thing that you want to understand is that less is more. So you don't want to be doing all this customization. You don't want to, there's a lot of people that have customized poly mailer bags and things like that. That's great once you become established, but when you're first starting off, you want to be able to save money. So less is more. One of the things that I did was I utilized the USPS priority bags. And when you have a certain weight of your product, you can use a priority bag. So with my products, if a person was to order 2 or more leggings, it would put them over the threshold of, going direct mail. They automatically, it would have to go priority because of the weight. And so I utilized that and I didn't have to pay for that. What I did was I made my packaging beautiful. So even though the outside was regular and basic, the inside was really nice. So the first thing that I did was I went to TJ Maxx, and TJ Maxx has a section where you can buy design tissue paper, and they'll give you like 250 of these for like 3.99. And so I would wrap my products in the tissue paper, and then I also bought some thank you stickers from Amazon. You can go to amazon.com for a lot of things. And I bought some stickers and I will put that on top of the packaging. The next thing I did was for my business cards, I went to Canva. Canva is a great tool, and I'll share more about Canva as well. But Canva is a great tool when it comes to designing things. I went to Canva, I designed my business cards, and I also printed my business cards through Canva, and they'll send it to you. If you want something quick, You can go to Walgreens Photo. They also do business cards, and you can get it same day. You can get the prices for cheap as well, because a lot of times Walgreens Photo, they have sales on, the photo website. So you can get like 20% off, 50% off, whatever it is. You can also go to FedEx office to print cards. Yes.
You can press every button and your light is too bright.
Thank you. You can go to FedEx office to print your cards as well. So I went to Canva, and I also use Walgreens Photos to make my business cards. And I also did thank you cards. So thank you cards, you can go to Etsy and you can purchase custom thank you cards from Etsy, and you can put your discount code on those, and then you can ship that as well. So between all that, I really did not spend a lot of money. The thank you cards, I believe, was like $11. The business cards, I got down to $15. And then I also had a printer, and so I would print my labels at home to save money. The next thing you want to do is you want to figure out who your website hosting will be. And I say research. A lot of people choose different things for different reasons, especially if you have more knowledge in some areas than another. For me, I went with Shopify because Shopify was an all-in-one shop. I did Wix before, but when I did Wix, I didn't have a product-based business. It was more so consulting and things like that. And so I didn't have to put a lot of products up there. I didn't have to use documents and all these different plugins that is really good for your business. So for me, I use Shopify. Shopify is $29 a month. And one of the things that I like about Shopify is that you can do your shipping. When you go to fulfill an order, they'll print the shipping labels. You can pay for the labels on Shopify, and then they will not charge you until the end of the month. So let's say, like we saying, you just starting out, you have less than $300 in your account. You don't want to be taking out this money. Let's say, you're making a lot of sales and now you're doing a lot of shipping. You don't want them taking it out right then and there. Rather, they'll hold it to the end of the month. And this way, it's not taking it out of your money right then and there. When people make a purchase, the money does not go directly into your account. If people are making a purchase through PayPal, you have the choice to either do direct, it can go directly into your account, or if you don't want to be charged again, then they'll give you an option of 1 to 3 business days. If the person charges their card, you will not get the money in your account that same day. It takes a few days for Shopify to give you the money. So this is why I like Shopify, because you can literally have your money, and it will be put in your account, and then they'll take the money out at the end of the month. So it's not really costing you. You won't get any overdrafts. Wix, you can use Wix, but like I said, research. Etsy is good usually if you're doing like some type of custom, like designs and things like that. Square you can use as well. But honestly, Shopify is great because they have a ton of plugins that you can use. They have shipping plugins. They have download plugins. If you want to have like a PDF or something to sell, you can put that in. And then you also want to remember that you want to take your domain name. And we didn't talk about this. Depending on who you're using for domain names, you can use GoDaddy. GoDaddy also has email. I use GoDaddy. You can get an email. So if you need like a sales at whatever your name is, or info at whatever your name is, you can use GoDaddy, and you want to make sure that you attach that domain name to your website. The next thing is you want to price your product. When it comes to pricing your product, you want to research. Research is the name of the game at this point, right? You want to check, one, what is your competitor's pricing? So, what is your competitor charging? And it depends. Let's say, like I said, Nike and those places, people are going to pay Nike's prices because we already know Nike is a solidified brand, right? But you can also look at other boutiques who are selling similar items that you have, and you can kind of check their pricing as well. And so, like I said, I know Fabletics, they are a membership. And so I'm not going to do, sometimes they'll do like $14, $15. I'm not going to do that because, one, I know they're a big brand, but I also know they have a membership. I'm going to look at the prices that are around me. Most prices for leggings that are in my same industry are usually 30, $40. That's like the usual. Some are low, some are high. You also want to factor in your price, right? And your inventory price. So if your inventory is costing you 15, $20, you do not want to charge $20, $25, because now that means you're only getting a $10 profit. And then you also have to factor in your cost of goods, your operating expenses, your gas if you're going to and from the post office, or like I said, you're using the tissue paper from TJ Maxx, you're buying the business cards. You have to factor in all of these things. So you want to factor in the cost of goods and your operating expenses, and you also want to factor in markdowns, because you are going to be marking down things. Like if you are not marking down things, you're going to be stuck with inventory, and you do not want to be stuck with inventory. So you want to factor in all these things. You also want to understand who your customer is. Is your customer frugal? Is your customer, do they like to spend? They like high quality products? Is your customer in the middle? You have to understand how they associate pricing, because some people, they like high quality things. So if they see that your things are a little cheap, they're not going to buy it because they think, well, it's cheap, so it must be cheap, right? And then you have other people who are like, I don't want to spend $50 on a piece of clothing. I want to spend maybe 20, $25. And for me, that's affordable. So you want to make sure you understand who your target is and what they think about pricing. Sorry. The next thing that you want to do is you want to come up with a marketing strategy. The first thing that I tell everyone is you have to have a business plan. I did not have a foolproof business plan. I had a business plan when I started, but I didn't take into account all the different things, right? And so you want to make sure that you have a foolproof business plan, because it will keep you headed towards your goals. So the business plan is usually going to ask you things that I was just asking you. Who is your target? Where can you find them? Who is your competitor? You will do like a SWOT analysis. And so it will help you with that. It will also help you understand, okay, well, how am I going to market my product to my customers? What systems am I going to use? A business plan will help keep you on track, because let's say you come up with the business plan and things are not going great. You can always go back to that business plan and change it. But if you don't have a business plan, you're not keeping up with, okay, well, how did I make these sales? Or what did I say I was going to do to be able to make these sales? And how am I going to go back and change it when I don't even remember what it was that I did? So you want to make sure that you create a business plan. You can find business plans everywhere. I have a business plan that I can share with you. If you need it, you can email me afterwards, but please use a business plan. The next thing you want to do is you want to understand what apps or where your customer is and who they follow. If you understand what apps your customers are on, this will help you to put your product in front of them. So, is your customer on Instagram? Is your customer on Facebook? Where is your customer at? This is going to help you. Who do they follow? Remember when I said earlier, you want to understand who they follow, because a lot of these people and a lot of these influencers, they have 30,000, 40,000 people that they have. They cannot touch all of those people. And so you can touch those customers. So you want to target those customers that are from your competitors, and you want to start engaging with them. So if you're on Instagram and you know Fashion Nova has 100,000 customers and you have a similar product, what you want to do is go on Fashion Nova, look at their pictures, and look for that product that's similar. Look and see who liked it, follow those people, and then comment on their pages. They are going to look to see who you are. And if they like your page, they're going to follow you back. And now you have a customer that you can start building with. And so that's the name of the game. Like, utilize your competition, and also utilize these high performing influencers. The next thing you want to do is you want to utilize social media. This is going to be your free traffic drivers. So you want to use your Facebooks, your Instagrams. You also want to be able to email market. Email marketing, a lot of people do not do email marketing. Email marketing is amazing because now you can touch people in different ways. So social media is usually visual, right? Email marketing, you can share things, like you can share tips, how to how to put together a cute outfit, an affordable outfit, right? Or how to lose weight and blah blah blah. If you're in fitness, you can give them so much value and free value. And this is simple as reading articles. You can go to, now you don't have to go into the grocery store. Before, it used to be going to the grocery store, look at the the magazines and all that. You don't got to do that anymore. You can literally go online and read some articles and get some of that information and put it in your own words and send it out and teach people. The email marketing is so good because you can start to literally build your customers. You can really build customers through email marketing. Your lives, that's another way you can touch people. Lives, it shows who you are. People get to see who you are, they get to hear who you are, they get to get a peek into what's going on with you. Lives are amazing for building your brand and building your story. And then also collaborations. Collaborations are huge right now. With the Clubhouse app, you can collaborate with tons of people that do similar things. If you sell, for instance, fitness wear, you can collaborate with nutritionists, you can collaborate with trainers, you can collaborate with massage therapists, you can collaborate with different people that are in your circle that may do different things. Or if you're like you're just selling clothes or children's clothing, you can collaborate with different people who do the different things in that industry. And so this is huge when it comes to marketing. You also want to provide an experience, especially if you do not have a story. And the experience is literally, it can be, making women feel sexy. Your products make them feel sexy. So how can you go about doing that? How can you exude sexiness? How can you make them feel sexy? You want to provide those experiences because the experiences is what is going to get your customer to love you versus the big brands. The big brands, they have all the marketing, all the money, but with your experience, you can give them like a hands-on experience. And so you want to be able to start thinking about, how can I provide an experience? And then the last thing is, do not just sell, give value. And you can give value in a ton of different ways. Like I say, email marketing, you can give them tips on how to do A, B, and C. Your social media, you can share with them ways that you style your clothes, what earrings you wear, or what sneakers. You can throw sneakers together. For guys, you can throw your sneakers together. Like, how do you put your outfits together? All these type of things you can give value about. And then after you give the value, you can sell. And so this is how you are going to come up with your marketing strategy. The next thing that you want to do is systems and automation. So you want to make sure that you have systems and automations because you do not want to be working your business all the time. Like, I had to learn that the hard way. Like, you don't want to have to always be on a computer. You don't want to always have to be on live to make a sale. You want your systems and your automations to do most of the work for you. And so, like I said, Shopify is an amazing site because it has so many automations. Like, you literally can have your upsells. So for instance, if someone buys a product from you, it'll ask them, "Hey, do you want to pair this product with it as well?" And so now it upsells something for you. Or it you can say, the other thing that Shopify has that I love, like if you want to do like a free PDF, it has a downloadable. So you can do the free PDF in there, and you can give a free PDF away. There's so many different things that you can do with Shopify that it really automates your business. It makes it easy. It takes people's birth dates. Sometimes it sends out, if you wanted to send out a discount on their birthday, it'll do that for you. It really provides a whole experience. Another system or automation I love is Google Business, and Google Business is free. Google literally will put your store in front of people that want what you have for free. All you have to do is set it up. And if you have Shopify, Shopify will integrate your products directly to Google Business. You do not have to do it manually. And so that's one other reason why I love Shopify. So you can use Google Business to sell your products or put your products in front of other people. And that's something you don't even have to do. So that's one marketing strategy out that you don't have to worry about. The next one is your hosting emails. We talked about, your hosting and your business emails. GoDaddy, you have I think it's called one on one. I mean, you literally can Google hosting or business email and they will come up with different ones. And those will help you when it comes to putting out those emails, making sure when people need to connect with you, they can connect with you through your business email. And it's not like a Gmail. It's a legit business email. Another tool that I use is called Bazaar. And Bazaar, what Bazaar does is it helps you where you don't have to spend money. So the name of the game, remember, we have less than $600. We want our website to look amazing. We don't want to have to be buying all these things. I've seen people buy backdrops and all that. That costs money. You don't got to do all that. All you need is your phone and Bazaar. Take the picture of yourself or whoever, and then you go to Bazaar, you put the picture in, and you can take the background. It'll take the complete background off, and you can do a white background, you could do a green back, whatever color background you want, you can do. And what I've realized is a lot of people like the white backgrounds because they're so used to seeing white backgrounds when they're online shopping anyway. And so now all you have to do is just take the picture with your phone, and you can take the background off, and you're done. And now your site looks professional. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse, we talked about those. Those are traffic drivers. And so you want to make sure that your Facebook, your Instagram, you want to make sure you're utilizing it for how the platform is supposed to be utilized. So Instagram is a lot of pictures. You want to make sure that you have really good pictures that make you stand out and separate you from other people. Facebook is a lot of people are talking. You could just ask questions up there. You can share your day, whatever it is you can use Facebook for, Facebook Lives. um TikTok is amazing because you can just be fun. You can have fun with it, be funny with it, and you still can incorporate a little bit of your business with it. So if you're selling clothes, you can do dances with your clothes on, or you can do little things and still promote the clothes that you're wearing, because people are going to say, oh shoot, where they get that from? And then they'll more than likely go to your website. Clubhouse is a great app. It's new. It's really great for collaborations, but you can also get sales from Clubhouse. If you're an expert in what you do, you can literally just go up there and talk all day if you want to about you being an expertise, and it will drive the traffic to your Instagram or to your Twitter. Canva, we talked about. Canva is great. This whole webinar system I did through Canva. Everything. I just plugged and play. It already had the colors, it already had what I needed. I just plugged in the words. Canva, you can do your graphics with Canva. You can do your business cards. You can do t-shirts through Canva. If you don't want to do like printful, if you want to do a t-shirt business, you can do print your t-shirts through Canva. You can do that as well. You can design the whatever it is that you want for your t-shirts on Canva, and then you can take it and you can put it on whatever website you're using. So you can do Canva that way too. iPhone, like I said, your iPhone, your Android, you can use to take your pictures. You can do your videos. You do not have to buy a Canon. You don't got to go through all this. Like, this is the frugal way of running your business until you're able to scale, and then you can get the things that you would like. But you want to make sure that we're making income and not having all these expenses. Fiverr is great for creating your logo. And so my logo that I had up there earlier, I use Fiverr with. You can do Fiverr for your logos. You can do Fiverr for your cards. You can do Fiverr for your business cards. Whatever it is that you need for your business, you can use Fiverr for. And then next we have, the launching process. And so what I did when I first launched was I started to share the process of my business with my followers. So when I first had got my business license, I took a picture of it, I shared. I got my business. It lets people know, hey, this person has a business. Okay. Then what I started doing was I started dripping. Slowly I started dripping on them. I would show, my unboxing or the first package that came in, my reseller's license. I didn't put my whole information up there, but I shared that. And so you're starting to drip. People are starting to see, okay, what's going on? And they're starting to take notice. And so by doing that, you are able to create an experience, but it also puts you in the front of their minds. You want to make sure you plan a date. Don't wait too long. When I started my business, I think when when I finished, I think it was October 11th when I got all my paperwork, and then I launched on the first because I did not want to push it off. I did not want to wait. I didn't want to get fearful. I didn't want any of that stuff to set in. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to do it. And so I say about 2 to 3 weeks, you want to really start putting your information out there. If you're doing your photo shoots, start, showing them a little bit of the photo shoots. That's what I did too. Like I showed a clip of my sister standing on the background of the wall. I did a quick video. I dripped the little pictures that we were about to drop. Start doing those things. Start dripping, your products, and start talking about your products. And do that 2 to 3 weeks before your launch date. And then get conversations started. So, you can ask them questions like, what is your favorite piece? Or what sneakers do you like? Or you can start, saying little things that might cause some chaos, like, Old Navy is better than Target or something like that. You can do that too. Start any kind of conversation. It will help you in your business. It will keep the eyes on you, and it will help with the algorithms. You can also utilize free giveaways or special discounts for the first X amount of buyers. So free giveaways does not mean you have to give away your products. Free giveaways just means that you can do, let's say, I don't know, I've seen somebody like do like little pencils or some type of cookies or any type of thing. It does not have to be your product. It can be a free PDF. How to. Remember, you could do the free how to PDF, or it can be something that is not really going to cost you a lot, or it can be free. It does not have to be your product. Or you can do a special discount for the first X amount of buyers. So the first 10 people who purchase after when I launch will get 25% off. It can be something like that. And so you want to do those, but you also want to have fun and you want to enjoy the process. Like, trust me, it's a long process. It's always going to be learning. You're always going to learn, especially once you start hitting certain numbers. What you did in the beginning to hit 4 figures is not going to be the same thing that you do when you hit 5 figures. So you always have to continuously be learning. So I say have fun with it, enjoy the process, and just like really have have a relationship. That's what it's all about, having a relationship with your customers. Really just be where they can literally kind of touch you, and so to speak, because that is what these big name brands cannot do. And so that's your overall competitive advantage, is being able to reach out and touch your customers. And so before we get to the Q&A, I wanted to give you guys an offer. There are literally tons of vendors out there, but vendors are very hard to come by. Really good vendors, you have to do hours and hours and hours of work. A lot of times people are not willing to share their vendors list. Depending on what it is that you would like, is very hard to come across. And so for today only, I wanted to offer you guys my 44 vendors list, and it's for $30 today only. After this webinar, I am going to put it at full price, which is $45, because I have children's wear up here, I have makeup up here, I have accessories up here, I have shoes up here, I have women's clothing vendors. I have some Chinese vendors that do not have websites. You literally have to call them, or you email them. And so the vendor list is something that you're not going to find on Fashion Go. You're not going to find it on these lists that people have, or these websites that you can just Google. So for today only, I am offering it for $30, and this will literally get you started. A lot of these vendors you do not have to have an invoice. Some vendors want to see an invoice. They want to see that you purchased something. And then if that's the case, you can always use one of the accessory vendors that I have up here to purchase, whether it's earrings or pocketbooks or shoes or whatever it is. You can purchase like one pack, and that you can send that invoice to the vendor that you really want to use. And so for today only, like I said, it's $30. The website is bit.ly/44 vendors. Today only for $30. And that will really position you, and you will get pieces that other people are not getting, because I'm seeing a lot of people are selling the same things, because everybody's going to Fashion Go. Fashion Go is like the website, and everybody's selling the same thing. So these are not on Fashion Go, and if they are, like, you literally have to sit there for hours to find them. $30. And next, I just want to take any questions you may have. You can feel free to come off mute. You can type them in the chat box. Any questions you have, let me know.
Can you just go to the beginning of the slide so I could screenshot those?
Oh, you want a screenshot? I'm gonna send you the replay too. So would you like me to send you the replay? It's gonna automatically send you the replay.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay. Which one would you like? Let me see if I can stop recording.
It was the first couple of slides I missed because I couldn't hear you, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
fixed
Hold on. Not this one. Targeting,
targeting. Nah, I think it was
incorporating your business.
oh yeah, that one.
And then, like I said, you'll get the replay because I think I gave you some websites and stuff, so that way you could easily just look those websites up. What's that?
Yeah, I'm done.
You need to find an vendor.
So, Portia,
Yes.
quick question: do the vendors require that you have the reseller's license, or is that just in general for you to have to actually resell the product?
Some vendors do require you to have, most of the vendors require you to have a reseller's license. They will not do business with you if you don't have your license. Some other vendors do not. It's just really about finding those vendors. Like I said, like a lot of people go to like Fashion Go, but even
Mhm.
Fashion Go, I believe you have to have a reseller's license to be able to go up there. So I would
Okay.
say, to have the reseller's license, and then it makes it better for you anyway, especially when it comes down to like doing your taxes. And that's another thing I didn't explain. Like, I know in Connecticut, we have to, when you get a reseller's license, you have to file taxes every month in Connecticut. So be
Oh
sure,
wow.
yeah, make sure that you understand how your state works, because even if we do not make any money, we still have to file $0. They won't charge you, but you still have to file every month. So make sure that you're filing every month. And when you have your reseller's license, you're able to put, like, it'll say what's the cost of goods for the month. So if you just ordered a shipment of clothing, you can put that down when you're filing taxes and put that in there. So it actually helps you when it comes down to like filing and doing the necessary paperwork that you need for your business.
And on your vendor list, you said that it did have several different vendors, as far as like you said, it had accessories and kids stuff, right?
Yeah, so it has kids. I have two kid vendors. One is a main vendor for children, and the other one is like a tutu line. And then I have a makeup vendor up there. There are like 3 or 4 shoe vendors. There are 3 accessory vendors, and then the rest are just clothing, whether it's men's clothing, fitness, dress wear, underwear. I'm trying to think what else. It's like a lot of them up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's literally like a lot of vendors up there. And some of them, when you get to, there's also a few manufacturers. So once not now, or depending on what you have as far as your money wise, but if you want to start ordering like large quantities, they have the actual manufacturers. So now you can go straight to the manufacturers. You're not going, you're not just doing the one little pieces. You can actually have those conversations with them. A lot of people have WhatsApp, so make sure you down WhatsApp, because that's how, especially if you're doing overseas with Chinese vendors and things like that.
That's how they communicate. Okay.
Yeah, that's how they communicate.
Okay.
And so if that's no more, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm definitely gonna close it out. I thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to spend it with me. And I'm just so thankful I'm able to share this information, because it's a lot of people that really want to start their businesses, and it is very possible. Like I showed, it's so possible to really scale 4 figures. And once you even make 3 figures, 2 figures, once you make money with your business, all you have to do is repeat the process to be able to make the income that you want to make. So I hope this was very valuable for you guys.